Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub. It is Thursday, March 10th. Ian Cameron with you, hosting as always. But we got Dutch Boy Fresh, we got Trot Wham, and the returning Derl with us. Derl with us on this Thursday card, ready to break down the Thursday NBA slate. Countdown to San Antonio, folks. It's 2 weeks from today for the Pubapalooza, hosted by Pub Sports Radio down in San Antonio, Texas, March 24th through the 31st. Hard to believe that it's going to be just 2 weeks from now that we'll all be down there. Looking forward to it. Baseball's back as well. Some big news today. The lockout is over. A tentative agreement between the players and the league. And apparently opening days tentatively scheduled for April 7th. So lots of excitement going on with that. But that's then. This is now. And what is now is basketball, NBA. And we've got 2 games, only 2 games. This unbalanced schedule continues for the NBA, which is usually the case Tuesdays and Thursdays, much less amount of games. But 2 very interesting games, especially the first game. It goes without saying. Brooklyn and Philly meeting each other for the first time since the blockbuster trade. So let's get into that. We got the Sixers 4.5 point home favorites here. And this total, which was 229.5, it's gone all the way up to 236 pretty much across the board. In this game. This is in Philly. So, yes, you will have Kyrie Irving in the game tonight. He'll be eligible to play, which means you're going to have Harden on the floor. You're going to have, obviously, Kyrie Irving on the floor, and you're going to have Kevin Durant on the floor, Kyrie Irving for Brooklyn, obviously Harden for Philly. So you're going to have all the stars out tonight in this game with the Nets and the Sixers. So fitting for national television on TNT. So here we are with Brooklyn. They have not played good basketball, but they also haven't had a consistent lineup, and rarely have they had Kyrie and Kevin Durant, on the floor at the same time recently. Tonight they will. They are coming off one of their better games in a while, 132-121, beating down Charlotte. Props to Dutch, who's on a roll with the freshest look right now for that one. So they had their best win, their best game in a while with that win. They are better at home, on the road rather. If you're going to back Brooklyn, you want to back them on the road more so than at home. So there's a lot of things going for them here. But with Philadelphia, you look at this team since the All-Star break. How have they played? They played pretty well. I mean, every game James Harden's been on the floor, they've won so far. They're undefeated with James Harden playing. The only game they lost was Miami when he didn't play against the Heat. So, it's not easy to go against Philly at the moment. They've got this great chemistry going. James Harden's more than willing to take a back seat. He said, I just got to go out there and be playmaker. Joel Embiid had it from the beginning, he said, in the last win they had. If he needed help, I'm there for him. But 43 points for him, I think all of us are just trying to fill in where we need to. That's what I like to hear. That's a championship quote from James Harden. It's a guy that says, no, it's not about being selfish. It's not about me getting mine. It's about what can I do to make this team play great team basketball right now. So you got to credit Harden for saying that at the moment. And look, things are rolling for Philly. Other than the game Harden didn't play, they've looked really good offensively in every other game. I think it's a shootout. I understand why the total's gone up. I agree with it. As far as the side goes, it's tough. I want to back Brooklyn on the road, getting points, Kyrie and KD. But do I want to go against Philly at home and Philly undefeated with Harden on the floor? Really tough side for me. So I'm just probably going to stick to the over with this one. Wham, we'll start with you. Great matchup. First game since the trade. It'll be a frenzied atmosphere. Brooklyn, Philly.
Yeah, it's a great matchup, man. You got Kyrie just shitting on every top opponent. First thing I think about was the Bucks game when he willed that team to win without KD. And hitting this game, he's going to have KD. The game that he did play last game, dropped 50 points, bro, without even have to shoot that much. Just the most efficient showing that you ever seen in your life, bro. You probably ain't gonna never see no shit like that again. But I mean, he's been cooking, bro. So do I expect him to have a great game today? Yes, I am expecting him to do that. But I make here is going to be Bruce Brown over 9.5 points. This is a bet that I feel like it's not only they're going to be a lot of focusing on those 2 main guys. So there's going to be a lot of moving parts in that direction. But last 14 games, it's hit 10 times, bro. So he has been consistently scoring for them, getting to the 10 points there. So that's the bet that I did make in this game. But I'm right. I really believe that the Nets are really taking this game for sure more personal than normal. And as far as the 76ers, I don't want to say I've been like the more of the on the negative side of the trade and everything, but the hype need to get come down a little bit. They beat the Knicks twice in the damn Timberwolves, and you know what I'm saying, they made sure Harden wasn't there in Miami, because I think they would have lost that game even if he was there. You know, especially with the nightlife shit that you've seen afterwards, him and Maxey taking Niang out. I do like
He beat
Niang, but
Chicago.
again, they beat Chicago. I mean, we know how Chicago is, you know. So this is going to be really a best offense, I would say, they're going to face here. So I honestly believe that Niang will get his. I'm not going to take the 9.5, the 8.5 points though, because we've got it at 5.5, which was a good number. Right now at 9.5, it's more like 50-50 over the last 12 games. He hit 6 out of the last 12, so it's 50-50 there. So I expect him to be the best shooter still. I still expect Niang to be their best shooter for the Philadelphia 76ers. Outside of that, bro, that's the problem for me for this team. So I think if they're shooting a little bit better, I think the Nets may be able to do it. The defense for the Nets, I see somebody talk about that. That's the big problem there, of course. You may have a little revenge factor with Drummond there, but that's the main problem here. But for me, it's the defense. But I'm more banking in on the Nets being able to shoot and be more efficient rather than it be more of a defense team, type of game. I like the over in this game. I think it's a little high though. You know what I'm saying? For these two teams that can possibly lock up. So 235 is a lot, but I think the books know that there's going to be a high tempo game here. I'm leaning towards the Nets here. I think they're a little bit more efficient. They got a little bit more bad blood, and they might be trying to do it for their brother. You know what I'm saying? This win could be that next step of getting Ben Simmons actually on the floor. You know what I'm saying? He need his mental capacity right. So if we beat your bully up, bro, you got your brother here. You know what I'm saying? Your brother KD. I'm putting my arm around you young buck. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna carry this shit out to the playoffs. So this is definitely gonna be one of those games that we look back on towards the playoffs, I believe. And I think you see the all stops are pull out for the Nets. But I'm going to take Bruce Brown to continue to go over the 9.5 points. I think that's the best bet for me in this game.
There's a few props I like, and Lit Picks is on one of them. We're talking about Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, over 17.5 points. I like that. I think Embiid gets his. I'm not scared of Drummond if I'm Joel Embiid. So I think he could be even a triple-double for Joel. You could, if you want to get adventurous, but definitely for him to get over points and rebounds, I like for Embiid. And on the other side too, I like Maxey and Embiid, but I think Irving's been terrific shooting lately. And as much as Durant, is going to be a big part of this thing for Brooklyn tonight, Kyrie Irving, every time he's been in lately, he's been going off and he's been racking it up. So he'd be the one I'd be interested in on the Brooklyn side is Kyrie tonight more than KD in this game. Dutch, what do you think? Great matchup.
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and DJs for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Be sure to hit that motherfucking like button like I just hit that plain ice cream cake. I'll get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. Hey, Tasha, I see you, girl. You going to the game tonight. Have a blast. But put your money on Brooklyn if you want that cash, girl. But either way, enjoy yourself. And with all due respect, man, fuck James Harden, man. I don't give a man, fuck that guy. Really, he's gonna get shitted on tonight. And under 25.
He's acting like the perfect teammate so far, like it's a honeymoon or something.
Come on, man. I know what you're saying, Bobano, and that's why I give you all due respect. But man, I don't give a fuck what that guy got to say, because he gonna say everything politically correct, and then he's gonna act a damn fool as soon as one thing don't go his way. It's proven. I mean, the guy is what he is. Yeah, he's in NBA shape right now, but let's see in 3 weeks if this motherfucker's happy. I mean, he's a bipolar motherfucker if I've ever seen one.
That.
But it's been happy. But my man, Bam Bam, I agree with everything he said. He touched on it as well. That they ain't really done nothing. Beat Chicago. Every good team in the NBA beat Chicago. New York twice. Yeah, they played nice the last 2 games, but I look at it as, man, Brooklyn will come in on the road. This ain't another game to them. Everything Wham touched on, the Ben Simmons factor, the fact that James Harden shitted on these motherfuckers. Him and Kyrie had it out one-on-one because Kyrie was busting his ass and let him know, hey, you over the motherfucking hill. James got in his feelings and had to hit the motherfucking road. So look for Kyrie to bust his ass, but then he probably will have Thibault, the best defender, one of the best defenders on the team in the NBA, and the only defender Philly has. I think he'll probably try to stay with Kyrie, but we know Kyrie, he gifted as a motherfucker offensively. So I'm sure he'll get his. But believe me right now, the number one scorer in this game tonight will be KD. I'm staying off the props, but if you want to bet a prop in this game, I like the Andre Drummond rebounds, but I love the KD over 29.5 points. Yes, Embiid will eat as well, but believe me, KD gonna get off. He's coming off one of his worst games that I've seen him play in recent history. He had 14 fucking points. Didn't shoot the ball too much overall, but only had fucking in 39 minutes. He had 14 points and 5 turnovers. I know they handled the Hornets well, but this guy's a superstar. He don't like to play like that. He looked uncomfortable the whole game. Look for him to come out. If I remember, so last time him and Embiid were on the court, they had an altercation. Embiid kind of showed him up a little bit. Come on, man. All the factors right here are leading towards the Nets, and they're money on the road. They're 4-0 ATS, 4-0-1 ATS last 5 on the road. They've beaten these boys 2 out of 3 this year and 2-1 against the number, 4-2 against the number overall last 6 versus Philly. And then we've faded Philly at home. I know this is a different team now with James Harden, but they've kind of, come back a little bit with 3-3 last 6 overall at the house against the number. But overall this year in Philly, 13-19 against the spread at the house. I look for KD. I touched on it that he will go off tonight. He's averaging 32 points in the 3 meetings this year. And I love the Nets first half as well. I like the Nets first half plus the points money line as well. They're 4-0 ATS last 4 first halves. Keep in mind, they've lost 3 out of the last 4 games, but they still seem to handle the first half very well. And the Sixers are 1-3 ATS last 4 first half, and they've won 3 out of the last 4 games. They start slow. I look for Brooklyn to start fast. Hopefully they put it on keep their foot on the pedal and put these boys away. So I did lock in the official game, but first half is where the big money's at.
Yeah. I mean, Curry props. There you go again. Of course, he'll be excited.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Curry against Philly, his old team. So, this is a good prop game, really good prop game. You could sprinkle on like 3 or 4 different players. That's probably what I'm going to do, all the ones I mentioned. All right, Derl, what do you think? Nets, Sixers?
Yeah, sometimes you really have to you just have to throw your capping out the window for some games, right? There's some games that you have to look at and just know there is going to be a larger narrative and things happening and more moving parts happening behind the scenes than just looking at the numbers and what's on paper. This is one of those games that you're going to do that to. And this is a game to where if anybody is going to be the villain and pay for it, it's James Harden. Because James Harden has really fucked over Brooklyn for what it's worth, even more than Kyrie to a certain extent. And the professionalism part of these athletes, they're all saying there's no bad blood and they're going to do what they're going to do and all that jazz. But you just got to start reading the tea leaves, man. Now, you remember when James got out of there and Brooklyn had won. I forgot the team they won against. Bruce gets on there and talk about, oh, it's all love in the locker room and we all like each other and all that shit. Only one person left. You know what I'm saying? So they were clearly talking about James Harden. What you have to understand here is the important players are going to be the glue guys here.
Right.
It's going to be the glue guys. And this is why you see numbers juiced to the over. This is why you see Seth Curry's numbers juiced. This is why you see even Andre Drummond's numbers a little more higher than normal. And the reason why are because these guys are going to play tonight. Now, I personally couldn't take a side, but I did look at the over, right? I'm right there with you. That number is going to be completely it hasn't stopped climbing. I got it at 233.5. This is probably going to hit 237, maybe, but I just see nothing but point scoring here. Why? Because you don't have an answer for the bigs on the inside with Joel Embiid, and technically Philly doesn't have an answer. James Harden is not the answer for the outside, the backcourt, if you will, with KD and Kyrie. And so now you're going to have an exceptional game by Seth Curry. You're going to have an exceptional game by Matisse Thybulle. You're going to have exceptional games by glue guys who's going to try to prove a point. And that is, we got to beat these motherfuckers down. So the only angle I really see here is, look at the over on this game and look at how the glue guys play. I personally wouldn't be mad if you took the over on every prop, because I do believe it's going to be one of those types of games. Because when it's all said and done, these guys don't really have the best defense, right? And how they're matching up, they're weak against the other team's strengths. Right. So in this case here, it looks like it is going to be a shootout. I wouldn't doubt if this got to 240 easily, but I really do like how Brooklyn is in a position to upset these boys because of the bullshit that James Harden has pulled, and I think they can do it. So I like the over, but this is going to be a game where I'll probably be drunk by second quarter off my goddamn box wine. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a goddamn good game. I'm thinking Nets to get it done.
All right, liking the Nets, but liking the points and liking props, Derl, more than anything else in this game, which is kind of the way I see it. Points and props, double P and P. That's what we're looking at here. Points
Push
and
and
props.
Pete.
I like the over, and I like a lot of props. Like I said, you can go Seth Curry. You could go with Tyrese Maxey. You can go with Kyrie Irving, like I said, because I think he could have a big night as well. And there's definitely a bunch of different ways to go in this one. Those are the main ones I'd like, though. Maxey for the Sixers and Irving for the Brooklyn Nets. Those two in particular, I think, are good ways to go in this one. But again, Seth Curry, don't sleep on him. He'll be looking to prove a point too against his former team. So all these guys, they got an axe to grind, playing for against their former teams. So should be one hell of a basketball. Hopefully it is. I mean, it's certainly getting hyped all day long on all your sports shows. Hopefully it delivers tonight on TNT. All right, next up, second game, which is actually a pretty good game too, but kind of is in the shadow in terms of the hype and the storylines going into the game compared to Brooklyn, Philly. But it's Golden State, Denver. Golden State 2-point road favorites, 229 the total in this game. So I know Iguodala and Green are out, Peyton and Porter as well. But Curry's in, Klay Thompson's in. Am I missing something here? The Golden State looks cheap to me. I mean, Denver's on a back-to-back. It's a tricky spot for the Nuggets. They were in Sacktown last night, a game that was much more difficult than I think they wanted it to be. They had to hang on to win 136-130 in that game. The Warriors, look, I've been reluctant to bet on them, I should say, for a long period of time because they've been struggling. They have not played good basketball. But when a good team that's going through a bad patch and a rough patch and a bad stretch of play finally wins, gets some confidence again, like they did. They beat down the Clippers 112-97. Steve Kerr's bringing in Will Ferrell to bring some levity to the team, and everybody smile and relax. Everything's going to be okay. It worked. Got to give Kerr credit for that little maneuver there, and it worked, and they played a great game against the Clippers, and now they got a little confidence and bounce in their step again tonight against Denver. So I like Golden State here. I'm going to take them money line, minus 130, minus 135. I think they get the job done here. I know Denver's playing well, but they're the Ski Prophet always says the rested team is Golden State. They had the day off yesterday. Denver had to play in Sacramento, now fly home. Yeah, and they're used to the thin air and altitude, but still, they got to play in it in the second night of back-to-back games, which still isn't very easy. Denver is definitely, when you look at this matchup, done well in the meetings against Golden State this year. They won all three, 89-86, 117-116, and then 131-124 just a few days ago when these teams played, Denver beating Golden State. So a very short turnaround revenge spot, considering these teams just played Monday night, and now they're playing again here tonight. I like Golden State here just to win the game, minus 130. I think they get the job done in this one. Derl, let's start with you on this one. What do you think, Golden State, Denver?
Yeah, this was tricky. If you saw this line early in the morning, it was at 3, right? And then for a quick second, you just saw it smash down to 1.5. Now, maybe you're getting your set pieces in. Maybe you are getting, I believe it's, I just saw Monty Morris. You might get some guys that are playing now. There's 3 guys who are questionable who might just play, and I think they will. Denver, second in the league right now, first half points. Second in the league. They're averaging 58.6, right up under Milwaukee. The last 3 they have had 65 points. 65 points. Golden State averaging 56.4 for the season, and right now they are averaging 63 points. Where I think the advantage is I know the toughest spot, and we hear Ski Prophet talk about it all the time, that is the hardest spot for a team to play in is a back-to-back road travel, right? So this is a tough spot for Denver. I still like them first half. I jumped on a first half money line. So I did take Denver first half money line here. I believe their body of work could show that they can get it done early before those legs do go out on them. I do believe that. And the reason why you're seeing this number drop is the Warriors are not the same without Dre. We could talk about this till we're blue in the face, right? They are not the same, and they've been playing small ball. And the worst small ball you want to play against is against Denver, who possibly has still one of the best big men in the league, is the MVP, right? So I do believe that Denver can get on a good pace. Their body of work shows that they can put up points in the first half. And we have also followed that narrative that Golden State is a third quarter team. They are a third quarter team, which means they will get behind, and then for whatever reason, they'll have their breakdowns. When it's halftime, they'll come back and readjust, and they will go on these routes. They will go on these routes in the third quarter. So I do like Denver. And then just looking at their body of work in the last 10, first half ATS for Denver right now they are sitting at, if I'm looking at this number, the last 10, 6-3-1. 6-3-1. And this is generally when they're not the dog, right? So they've got to cover points. So I do like them here to win outright. That half point number was 0.5. I did take Denver money line first half. I didn't touch the total or anything like that, but I do believe Golden State can get it done, but Denver will show you some work in the first half.
I agree with that. If you like Denver, take them early. Totally agree with that. I mean, if you're going to make the case for the Nuggets, I think it's better to have them first quarter, first half tonight. And the stats bear that out. They've been strong starters lately. Dutch, what do you think here? Warriors, Nuggets.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Danny Betts, Sam Comer, THC Rizza, Mo Harris. I see you, my dude. Star Child. Everybody in the chat, make sure you motherfuckers smash the like button and share the video. It's muchly appreciated. Yes, and y'all both mentioned Ski. So if we're gonna mention Ski, I'll go ahead and mention his ass. Shout out to our girl Tiffany, with the Knickerbockers. He got to start going after our ladies, man. Leave the females alone, bro.
We got a few of them here, bro.
Yeah, she loves the Knicks, and she hasn't had a chance to really get the better of us with the New York Knicks. She got the better of us last night. We were all the dopes and the clowns that were on the Dallas Mavericks.
I saw that.
It was no good.
You look at Bobano. You didn't go at her like Ski did 2 times in a row. So you know, but he knows. But yeah,
got to eat a little pro every now and then.
Yeah, big shout, yeah, man. Hey, Bang Bang, I know you like the Warriors tonight, man. And and I know a lot of sharps and a lot of guys I respect like the Warriors tonight too, to be honest with you. But for me, I can't do it, man. I'll give you some numbers. We got 2 games. My man Ian touched on it. The Nuggets have won all 3 games this year against these boys, covered 2 out of the 3. They're 10-1 straight up last 11. The Nuggets have been playing some of the best basketball in the league, definitely the best basketball they've played all season. They're also 7-1 straight up last 8 at the house. And as a dog now, I know it's crept down a little bit more, but they're still a small dog. They're 5-1 ATS last 6 as a dog. So in this spot, I think, the Nuggets have some value here a little bit. We might have lost some, and obviously people seen that value, and that's why the numbers dropped. They don't have nothing for Joker. They being obviously the motherfucking Warriors, Looney, these guys, they have nothing for Joker. So if Joker's ready to rock and roll, it's feast for him. I was looking at the stats. It's like 34, 15, 9 every fucking game against these motherfuckers. So that should happen. Obviously, a back-to-back could come into factor, but they are at the house. Not too much of a travel. I agree with my guy, Derl. I would think the Nuggets early because of the back-to-back situation, and the numbers agree with it as well. But I wouldn't be scared to fade the Warriors in full game as well. I just don't like what I see. Yeah, they beat the fucking Clippers. Okay, isn't that what they're fucking supposed to do? Now the Warriors are 2-4 ATS last 6 on the road, 1-5 straight up last 6. So, and if you've been watching them, they ain't it, bro. I know they beat the Clippers like I just mentioned, but Clay had about 20 shots, missed about fucking 13 of them. Did have 20-something points, but not an efficient scoring night by any means by Clay. Curry was not efficient at all. I believe Moody was probably their best player, been their best player of late. So I look at it as, I need to see it before I could believe it with the Warriors. They're probably close to getting back to what we know of the Warriors with Draymond on his way back, but I'm gonna go ahead and wait. I'm gonna go ahead and in these last 5 games, 4 of the 5 games the Warriors have lost, they've given up 126 points per game. So I would expect points to be scored here. They're 1-5 straight up last 5 in the conference, and 3-9 against the number last 12 overall. So I wouldn't be so jumpy to bet these Warriors here. I think the Nuggets might be the play, but it is an exotic wood for me after all that.
Great stats at numbers, at least, if not no pick. That's not bad. That's not bad.
I would bet Joker. If I had to bet anything, it would either be Nuggets early or I bet the Joker props.
He gives you good stats, gives you good numbers, then says backwood, he gets grief. He just comes on and says, shout out to this guy in the chat. Yeah, backwood, this motherfucker. And he'll still get grief. So he can't win. Dutch cannot win.
Only in the books, but with these motherfuckers, man, you can't win that.
Yeah. Yeah, he gives you stats and numbers, and then backwoods the game, people are upset. He just says, yeah, shout out to this guy in the chat. Way to go, J Peach. Yeah, I see you, my dude. Yeah, backwood this motherfucker, and they still get upset. So, yeah, you just can't win a battle with
Can't make
anybody.
none of these
No,
motherfuckers
can't
happy,
make
bro.
anybody happy. That's right.
Can't.
Yeah.
Can't,
Wham,
bro.
what do you think here? Golden State, Denver.
I guess I'm the oddball. Well, I guess I'm not because my guy Dutch is leaning on that way as well. I think the Nuggets, bro. I mean, they showed that they're a better team. They showed that they're really taking that shit serious, bro. I mean, how serious is I mean, not real fair and shit, but is that making them serious, bro? You know what I'm saying? They got real fair out there. Is that making them more serious? Are they going to play any better defense, averaging 118 points they're giving up to opponents? The fucking Nuggets ain't doing that much better, though. They have 120 they're giving up. My thing here is going to be what we're going to see from the paint. The Nuggets, they're scoring the second most points in the paint, just behind our guys in Memphis, Grind City, just a little slight ahead against the San Antonio Spurs. Both of those are definitely deadly down there in the paint. I think Jokic definitely clearly has the advantage here. This team is allowing 50 points in the paint over the last 5 games in the Nuggets. I'm sorry, in the Warriors there, like 49.6. Just round that shit up. As far as this Warriors team, though, bro. Like you said, Dutch, man, I gotta see this shit first, man. I mean, we got the boy Wiggins out there. He averaging 15 points, but on 15 attempts, bro, he ain't Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker's struggling out there. Then you got your boy Klay Thompson. He ain't really right. You know, let's be real. He ain't right now. They need him. They need that guy out there, and it's not mad. Luckily, they do have some reinforcements coming. Wiseman is in the G League. They got your boy Green coming back, so their defense is going to be a little bit better down low, I expect, for the future. And they're already saying that Wiseman is not going to start originally. He's just going to come off the bench probably 15, 20 minutes, just like they're doing Moody and Kuminga. So it's going to be some other fuckery shit with the rookies there. But I'm on the Nuggets, bro. I'm on the Nuggets here. Got them at plus 120 money line. I just think the Nuggets is just the better team. They shown that they're a better team as of late. The last game, obviously, it wasn't nobody in the lineup. But I think with those guys in the lineup, it's not going to make that much of a difference. They're just going to shoot a little bit better. One thing I am concerned with, and I will say that it may be – I can see Golden State winning and covering this game, is that the Nuggets have been allowing opponents to shoot 40% from three. This Golden State Warriors team, they shoot 41% over the last 3 games. So if they have a shooting, the shooting that we know from that Curry and all those guys, then it's going to be trouble here. But I do agree with Derl. I think maybe all 3 of those guys, Aaron Gordon, Jeff Green, and Will Barton, I think all those guys will play. Will Barton may be out. I think Will Barton may be out because we know he's really been battling injuries over the last 3 years. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's out. But as long as we got Aaron Gordon out there, bro, I like the Nuggets here. So I think the line movement is showing that, there is some sharp money coming in on the Nuggets, even though everybody likes the Warriors. 25% of the bet percentage is on the Nuggets, and the line is dropping down from 4 to 2. I can only go ride with the Nuggets in this spot. So I like the Nuggets today. It's not going to be a best bet here because, again, I think they're giving it up from 3, but I think they are getting it down low. So it's going to be a little bit. Is it going to be 3s more than 2s like we see in the NBA every year? And they figure out there, but I think Jokic balls out, get a 40-piece, and I'm sprinkling on this one, though, bro. I'm just giving y'all this one right now, but I think Jokic gets 40. He's been tickling around with that. It's at plus 425. So, do what y'all want to do there. I think he gets the 40-piece today, and y'all heard it first here on the pub, bro.
There we go. Liking the Nuggets there. Wham in this one, and some props as well in the second game tonight of the doubleheader. That's the great thing about this doubleheader. It's a great 2 games. You can make a case for both teams in both games, and it'll be fun to watch and see how it plays out. And this Thursday is madness because you've got a 13-game hockey slate with tons of great games. You've got college basketball conference tournament all day and all night. 2 humongous NBA games on TNT, nationally televised. You got PGA Golf Players Championship. It's probably the biggest tournament outside of the 4 majors in golf. So this is a Thursday that's bananas. It's got everything if you're a sports fan and a sports bettor. It's a great Thursday, certainly for anyone that's in our shoes, that's for sure. Great stuff with Derl, with Wham, and with Dutch for this Thursday. 208 live viewers. Hit the like button. Make sure you do that. We appreciate that very much. We will get best bets and freshest look for Dutch have been terrific lately. We'll see if we can add to it tonight. We got best bets, Dutch's freshest look coming up. Southtown 101 when you're in San. Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, man, I'm just
Tell
reading
him, Dutch.
comments, dog. I'm looking at Mario shoot a shot, bro. Bro over here, hey, shoot, dog.
I ain't mad at you. Do your thing. Do your thing, my guy.
Shoot, bro.
Respect the ladies. That's all I have to say.
He kept it. That was a little respectful, you know.
There you
He kept
go.
it respectful.
Yeah, there you go. That's that's
All
actually
she can say is
compared
no,
to
and
what
then you
some
keep it
people
moving,
might
bro.
say in the chat
You
with
know?
the ladies around. That is respectful. You're right.
Yeah,
That's very respectful.
shoot your shot, bro. I ain't mad at
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
She say all she can say is no. Don't be scary, bro.
That's right. That's
But
right.
yeah,
Nothing
keep it
wrong with that.
respectful, everybody. You know, we only got a few
What?
of them. Ski try to run them off already. God damn it.
That's right. I know. I mean, skiing pretty harsh on Tiffany.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
It's like,
Danny, they
what
still
about-
racist over there, bro. They got your boy blocked.
Yep. That guy's thinking about breakfast at Tiffany's. 90s.
She said I'm freshly single too. Big Mo, Big Mo.
Oh, come on, Fox. Still gotta do all that. Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Oh man.
That's
All right,
man.
back to the program here.
Yeah.
Southtown 101, where we will all be in a couple of weeks. San Antonio, Texas. Stop in, great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Southtown 101. Make sure you're there with us in a couple of weeks. Manscaped, promo code Pub Sports, 20% off your purchase, Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product. 20% off using the promo code Pub Sports and mybookie.ag, NBA, college basketball, March Madness, NHL, UFC, and more. Sign up for an account, mybookie.ag, Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit, mybookie.ag, promo code Pub Sports. All right. It is time for best bets, time for Dutch's freshest look here on this Thursday slate. Just 2 games to choose from, but we'll hopefully keep the winning roll going. Let's start with Wham today. Wham, what do you got for best bet?
Let's get it, man. We're going to the brotherly love, probably the best game of the day. We're going to say the role players are here to play. We're going to take Bruce Brown over 9.5 points. It's hit 10 out of the last 14 games. Let's keep it up. Guys are going to be locked in on Curry, on KD. Somebody's going to be open, bro. Bruce Brown over 9.5 points.
All right, there it is. Bruce Brown over 9.5 points. Wham's best bet. Derl, best bet. What do you got?
Yeah, best bet, man. I got to go with it. I took it early. That number's not there now, but I did take it at 233.5. I'm pretty confident on thinking this game would get to 240. So that over on the Philly and Brooklyn game, smack that shit. That is going to cash. Over 220 or 233.5. I believe it is now at 236, 237. Go ahead and hit it. Don't matter. That is the play.
And there is actually a couple books that have 235.5, so you can still get a pretty good number with that. So Philly, Brooklyn over 235.5 for Derl with the best bet. All right, Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. Freshest look. Hey, we're going to Philly. And I believe they're known for, something like a cheesesteak, which is very fitting for tonight. Because Brooklyn, they're going to bring the beef. I'm going to bring the cheese. And the Sixers, well, they're going to give us the bread. Hey, lock in the Nets. First half, plus 2.5. That's good money.
There you go. Nets, plus 2.5 in the first half. Freshest look for Dutch, which is on a incredible run lately with that.
Yes, sir.
So keep it up, Dutch. What is that
We're
run?
about to eat. Yeah, 11
10 in a
piece
row?
tonight. We're going for 11 tonight. About to be 11
All right.
piece. We're going to eat.
11 in a row.
Sprinkle some of that sauce, Dutch. You got to, baby. You just
10 straight. 10 straight freshest look winners for Dutch here on the show. He's coming after my 20-4 run that I'm on with best bets right now on the show. So speaking
we
of
can all eat at the
20-4,
table. There's room for all of us, my dude.
That's absolutely right. That's combined 30-4. Come on now. 30-4 combined, Dutch and I on this show. If that hit the like button. that's the first thing I think of when I 30-4, the two of us, on this show. Hit the like button. Wham's chipping in with lots of winners too. Derl, great analysis. Come on, hit that like button. All right, best bet, same as Derl. It's clearly best bet for me. Nets and 76ers over 235.5. I think it gets there. It's a high total, but I think you're going to see a lot of points here with these two teams and these superstars that all have a point to prove and an axe to grind in this big showdown. Philly, Brooklyn over 235.5 for my best bet for this Thursday NBA card. And that'll wrap it up for the NBA Pub Up for this Thursday. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific with the final show for the week for the NBA Pub Up right here on Pub Sports Radio. For Wham, Dutch, and Derl, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Thursday night. Enjoy the NBA TNT doubleheader. It should be a good one. cash some tickets. Good luck, and we'll see you again tomorrow on Friday for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Muted, bro.
Muted. Man.
Y'all know what it is. We went in there and got with the bag. Y'all know what it is.
My fault. I hit the wrong motherfucking button. Hey, take us home, Wham Bam. Take us home, bro.
Shit, say less, bro. Y'all know exactly what's up. Y'all need to hit that like button, share. NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, always legendary content. Shout out to Tiffany, everybody in the chat. We went in there, came out with the motherfucking bag. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, stay putting the motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.